Here's your news for March 2nd, 2020. We've got some news ahead of tonight's Monday Night Raw, as Asuka will face Shayna Baszler in a preview of this Sunday's Women's Elimination Chamber match. Both superstars are the two longest-reigning NXT Women's Champions in the Gold brand's history and will compete on March 8th inside the Chamber, with the winner of the six-woman contest facing Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Also on tonight's show, Seth Rollins and Murphy will once again defend their Raw Tag Team titles against the Street Profits in a rematch from last week's Super Showdown event where the Monday Night Messiah and his disciple retain. The WWE is describing the rematch as a now or never match, though there's no further information on what this means. Though that won't be the only title match on Raw, as 24/7 champion Riddick Moss will also defend his gold, though no opponent has been announced. With appearances from WWE Champion Brock Lesnar and Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, fans should prepare for an exciting 3-hour show as the road to WrestleMania runs through Brooklyn. From WWE to AEW now, as the company had a historic night at last week's Revolution pay-per-view, as Jon Moxley became the second AEW World Champion in history, defeating Chris Jericho. Not only did Moxley celebrate this big win with his AEW family, but his real family were there as well, as PW Insider is reporting that Jon's wife, WWE personality Renee Young, was at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago to watch her husband's big win. On the SmackDown before Revolution, Renee was part of a contract signing for the Intercontinental title match at Elimination Chamber, and Moxley has said in the past that he sees his wife as untouchable in WWE, even telling Chris Van Vliet, "She's untouchable, she's completely irreplaceable, in her spot, so no fear of reprisals." In the post-Revolution media scrum, Cody Rhodes said that his trademarking of former WCW intellectual property was done in an effort to irritate WWE, and that wasn't the only big news that the company revealed. During the early part of Revolution, the company revealed that the March 25th, 2020 edition of Dynamite will be a special called Blood and Guts, and Rhodes thanked the venue that will host the special in Newark, New Jersey for ignoring politics, which some saw as a dig at the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, which reportedly refused to host AEW events due to the relationship with WWE. If you don't remember, Blood and Guts is how Vince McMahon described AEW in an infamous investors call, and while there's no matches yet announced for the show, it's clear that AEW is running with that label. At Revolution, Cody showed up to get even with his traitorous former protege MJF, but before the match even got started, Rhodes unveiled a new tattoo to the world. While many fans dig Cody's new ink, one person who didn't is Cody's wife Brandi Rhodes, who said in the media scrum, "I'm the one person that doesn't like the neck tattoo. I don't like it, I've said it, there it is. I know a lot of wives like to be really hands-on. My husband makes his own decisions, he's allowed to make his own decisions. So if I decided to do something crazy, he can just let me make my own decisions." Though some fans thought that Cody's new tattoo was temporary, it turns out that the ink is the real deal, as the former WWE superstar likes having the Nightmare Family symbol on his neck, even though his wife might take some time getting used to the idea. We've got some Chris Jericho news now, as despite being a pioneer in AEW, the now former AEW World Champion is still aware about what's happening in WWE. This week, Jericho watched as Goldberg defeated The Fiend at Super Showdown and took to Twitter to approve of the title change, which is notable for many reasons. In the past, Jericho and Goldberg have had their differences, stemming from their feud all the way back in WCW, but it seems that their beef is water under the bridge now because they're bros. Ironically, Jericho would go on to lose the AEW World title at Revolution mere hours after tweeting this message of approval, and we can't help but wonder what Goldberg thinks of Jericho, and if he'll have anything to tweet about the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. It's unlikely that the former champion of AEW will be leaving the company's spotlight anytime soon, but the same can't be said for Goldberg, as fans will be shocked if the Universal Champion worked after his WrestleMania 36 match with Roman Reigns. Back to WWE now, and Paul Heyman has a lot of input as the executive director of Raw, but it turns out he also has a fair amount of input on SmackDown as well. In the past, Heyman and Goldberg have worked well together, and this may be why Heyman is reportedly jumping to the Blue brand to help build the Goldberg vs. Roman Reigns program for WrestleMania, according to WrestleVotes. Both on and off screen, Heyman works closely with WWE Champion Brock Lesnar and did a lot of the Lesnar-Goldberg feud that is carried on to the present day. With Heyman having a history with both the Universal Champion and his opponent, we'll have to see what happens next, as Paul Heyman prepares to get his fingers over SmackDown's top angle. While fans can expect to see plenty of Goldberg in the run-up to WrestleMania, Matt Hardy's contract with WWE ended at midnight last night, and there's been no news on him re-signing with the company. According to Brad Shepard, Hardy is very much finished with WWE and will be signing with AEW, and given that his contract is over, he is free to appear on any TV show or wrestling event he wishes and can sign with any company. Hardy was written off of WWE TV after Randy Orton destroyed him, and this was followed by Hardy putting out strange videos on YouTube, and he hinted joining Impact, AEW, and even NXT on Twitter. According to reports, WWE offered the Broken One quite a few deals, one of which would have allowed him to wrestle in NXT, and though we're not certain about the money being offered, the veteran star is already set for life, no matter where he ends up. Back to SmackDown now, as last week Bray Wyatt's Fiend lost the Universal title to Goldberg at Super Showdown, and the next night was thrust into a feud with John Cena that will see the two battle at WrestleMania. Though the reaction for Cena's return has been amazing, not everyone was a fan of last week's 2-hour show, and tattoo artist Kyle Scarborough called out WWE's booking strategy. On Twitter, Scarborough questioned why WWE booked their new SmackDown tag champs The Miz and John Morrison to lose clean in non-title action, and when asked if the WWE was trying to destroy their characters, Wyatt replied with a simple yes. Though Wyatt may end up deleting the tweet, fans have already saved it via screenshots, and this wasn't the only thing the former Universal Champion had to say online. In a cryptic tweet, Wyatt seemingly commented on his upcoming match against John Cena, saying that now he's where he was supposed to be. That has led many fans to speculate that Cena-Wyatt at Mania was the plan all along. Older fans may remember that Cena defeated the old Bray back at WrestleMania 30, and given that a lot of fans still think Wyatt should have won that, it looks like The Fiend can finally avenge that loss 6 years later. Responding to another fan who questioned why The Fiend would wait until WrestleMania, as opposed to attacking Cena now, Wyatt said that this match has to be where it all began, referencing the showdown in 2014 that saw Cena defeat Wyatt in New Orleans on the grandest stage of them all. Speaking of Cena, the 16-time world champion returned to SmackDown this week after months away, and his appearance on the show clearly paid off. According to Showbuzz Daily, last Friday's SmackDown brought in an average of 2.71 million viewers, with 2.73 tuning in during Hour 1 and 2.69 keeping the channel on Fox for Hour 2. This is significantly up from the week prior's show, which saw an average of 2.49 million fans tune in, 2.54 million in the first hour, and 2.43 in the second. Last Friday's SmackDown was also the highest viewership for the Blue brand in 2020, and it'll be interesting to see if this number can be maintained on the road to WrestleMania. Though WWE just hosted Super Showdown last week, there will be no time to rest, as this Sunday will feature the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, though, as always, the card is subject to change. Well, it was previously reported that there would be a men's chamber match, with the winner challenging the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. That isn't the case anymore, despite the Wells Fargo Arena promoting the match. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer confirmed that there would be just 2 chamber matches, a women's match, and a tag team contest. While it was rumored that Roman Reigns was going to win the men's chamber match, this week's SmackDown saw the Big Dog challenge Goldberg for WrestleMania instead. It's been speculated that since fans were aware that Reigns was going to win the chamber match, the decision was made to scrap the match entirely, as the show will now feature a chamber match with 6 SmackDown tag teams instead. While this new chamber match will feature 6 of the biggest tag teams in WWE right now, there is a notable omission from the lineup. The Revival won't be included. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that the reason for this is that Dash and Dawson haven't signed new contracts, and that isn't the only issue between the former champions and WWE. According to reports, WWE is also trying to block the Revival from applying for a copyright on the term "no flips, just fists," and WWE have also submitted their application after the top guys. We'll have to see what WWE's legal team will do to the revival, but it was noted that the Lucha House Party were chosen over Dash and Dawson as, according to Meltzer, they're not going to reward them. With all this bad blood, it seems likely that the revival will be out of WWE when their contracts expire this year, though we'll probably be calling them the Shatter Machine instead, as that's a name the pair did successfully get a copyright on. Though March only started yesterday, we're looking ahead to the end of the month now, as WWE is slated to return to Madison Square Garden for a Raw live event on March 22nd. Though this show has been known about for quite some time, the company recently changed the card, as a match between Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Asuka was pulled without any explanation. In addition to this, a six-man tag that would have seen Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and The Big Show face Seth Rollins and the AOP has also been cancelled. While Show hasn't been on WWE TV as of late, he's been backstage and reportedly ready to return. The real reason the match was cancelled is presumably down to Samoa Joe, who is serving a suspension for violating the company's wellness policy and will be out until March 24th, 2 days after the show will take place. Now the only match announced for the world's most famous arena will see Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre face off, but there will also be an appearance by DX, represented by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, and Road Dogg Jesse James. There have also been plenty of current stars advertised for the show, as AJ Styles, Charlotte Flair, Rey Mysterio, Andrade, Lashley, Ricochet, Aleister Black, and the Street Profits have also been advertised for the huge show inside Madison Square Garden. And finally, we're ending with news from AEW today, as following a successful Revolution pay-per-view, it's been reported that another big name from WWE will be joining the company very soon. Brad Shepard is reporting that Brody Lee, who fans will remember as Luke Harper in WWE, is in the process of signing with AEW, and is set to make his debut with the company in the not-so-distant future. The former Bludgeon Brother was also spotted with AEW's Sammy Guevara at a hockey game not too long ago, adding more speculation that a deal has been inked to bring him to the company. But at this time, it's not clear when Lee will make his AEW debut. What we do know is that his WWE non-compete clause ends this Sunday on March 8th, meaning that the former Intercontinental Champion will be free to wrestle anywhere this time next week. With the March 11th edition of Dynamite airing from Salt Lake City, Utah, and the March 18th show being in his hometown of Rochester, New York, there's plenty of opportunities for Lee to join the company, where he'll no doubt be welcomed with open arms.